All right, welcome everyone back to another edition of the Steelers pregame show. It's Mike from Two Dumb Yinzers. I'm here with Brian from One Man's Opinion on Sports. You ready for
It's
this fun
weird.
show
There's only
countdown?
one dumb Yinzer.
I know. I don't know. I don't know what happened to the other dumb Yinzer, but hey, we will
Hey,
persevere.
if he shows up, yeah, we haven't heard from Ryan, so if he shows up, great. If not, we're going to do the show the full hour here with all of you, Mike and myself. So, I see it come up on my phone. Two dumb Yinzers, Steelers pregame countdown. Yeah,
There we
nice
go.
job,
Yeah.
Mike. Mike's
Yeah,
the
I
technical
tried.
guy. I just show up and don't look good.
It's hard for me to be the technical guy when I really have no idea what I'm doing. I hit buttons until it works.
All right. Well, welcome. Here's the thing, Mike. Okay. And I hate when the Steelers don't play at one. Like,
Yes.
the game seems like it's like a week away, even though it's 8 hours away, not even.
Yeah. I want it to start now, get the day over with. That way, if it's a loss, I can, mope around for like 20 minutes and be fine instead of being mad all night and I won't be able to sleep.
Well, the one thing I do like, because I have the Wednesday night radio show, and that's like right in the middle of the week. It's not like you can have the Monday reaction, and it's not like you have the Friday before the weekend. So I'm right in the middle of the week. And one of the reasons I like this show at 11 o'clock sharp, 11 o'clock sharp on Sundays is because we're about 2 hours before the games, and the injury report should be updated. Well, unfortunately, with the game starting in over 7 hours, all we have to go off is basically the injury report from yesterday, correct?
Correct. Yeah, because nothing's going to get updated, like you said, until, oh my God, like 7:30, the final reports will come out.
Right, correct. So are you okay? And I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth when we signed Russell Wilson. Are you kind of sick of this game anymore? Like, I'm sick and tired of this. He's questionable. His calves tight. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I think they realize that he doesn't have it anymore, and so
Maybe.
that they're gonna, you know what? Hey, they like. I think they like how he's handling Justin Fields, Russell Wilson himself, sitting there, being that mentor that he's never had. So you know what? They're gonna placate, not placate, but just making it a buffer in the meters. And you know what, he's easing back, and he has the injury. He's there if we need him. But I think from what I read, they like the way him and Justin interact with each other and how they both help each other, and they don't want to lose that veteran leadership. And I'd still hold on to Russ. Wait till it gets healthy. Use him as a trade chip down the line.
Yeah, I know. When Russell Wilson came and they signed Justin Fields, well, it was like a day later they got rid of Pickett and had Fields. It was real quick. Fields had said back then this summer that growing up, he looked up to Russell Wilson. So I think it's a great situation of a veteran being able to at least be the mental guide for Fields.
Yeah, I think so too. And my God, Fields has come from bad situation. Now he's in Pittsburgh. He has that veteran, like you said, the one he looks up to. It's a good situation. Just don't mess with it. And if Fields gets hurt or stumbles before the trade deadline, you hold on to Russ. But you get close to the deadline. If we need to add a piece, I'd move Russ. That's why the only reason I keep him around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with them riding Fields. Like, if he has 2 bad games in a row, I don't care. I want to see what Justin Fields can do the rest of the season, and I want them to sign him for 2 more years after this season. Give me the Justin Fields experience for 3 years and see how he progresses.
Yeah, and after this year, they're talking like a $200 or $100 million contract here for 2 years. No, $50 million over 2 years, $25 million a year.
Around $25 a year. Yeah,
and that puts him at like the 18th, 19th highest paid quarterback, somewhere in that range. I will take that because right now his production is he's putting up damn good numbers. 70 some odd % of his pass completions, more total touchdowns and less total turnovers than Patrick Mahomes. I don't think that's going to last, but those are good signs. We're seeing a newer, more mature, not personalized, but his game has matured so much from the last 2-3 years in Chicago. Keep him around for $50 million over 2 years. That's a bargain.
There's a lot of bad quarterbacks making more than $25 million.
Exactly. Yeah. Look at Trevor Lawrence is the highest paid quarterback now. Oh, his hair is.
You're just jealous because of his hair. Me too. Look at this.
I'm jealous of everyone's hair. Not so much yours, but no, Yeah, there's a lot of overpaid quarterbacks in this league, and I'm more than comfortable paying Fields 25 mil or paying Cam
Right.
Hayward 22 million to fall on people. Yeah,
He fell and got a sack. Yeah, that was Beanie Bishop's sack all the way, and
it
somehow
was
Cam
too.
stole half of it.
Yeah, he got half of it. Like that second half of that Chargers game, my man Cam Hayward played well, but overall his game's been hit or miss this year. But Justin Fields, ride with him for 2 years. I We're never going to finish high enough to draft an elite quarterback unless we have a total collapse with this
They
team.
never have a losing season, so it's tough.
Hey, one meaningless game in 17 years, so we're stuck in that purgatory of being in the middle. This organization's afraid to lose. I like that, but to build your team, you have to have a couple losing seasons sprinkled in here and there to get the better draft picks.
Now, do you have your Steelers and Cowboys injury report up? You have that on your computer. I kind of want to go through that.
Yeah, I can kind of pull it up real quick from just ESPN. I didn't have from actual Steelers.
I have the actual Steelers one pulled up. So if you pull one up from ESPN, that'll be good in case there's any conflicting reports.
Yeah, I have. Let's see, Jeremiah Moon activated from injured reserves as of yesterday. Wilson,
he had full practices Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah, I went Pruitt, Warren, and Peterson are all out. I believe Highsmith's out again. I think he won't be back for another week or two. And those are the big ones.
Patterson's out and Warren's out. So who's our backup running back? They better give Najee Harris 25, 30 touches.
Yeah, they're going to have to because it's Shampkin, and they called up. I forgot the running back from the practice squad. He bounced around from the league. He's been on the Jets, has a couple good games here and there when he's activated. So I know those two guys are going to be the backups. I almost said Aaron Jones. That's definitely not him.
Put in Tim Worley. he could do a series, I feel.
He might have one left. He was looking good last I spoke to him.
Yeah. And Highsmith's out again, so I don't know what's going on with that. The groin. It seems like the groin's not a major injury, but they linger on and on and on. And then as soon as somebody gets out there and they're ready to go, he re-aggravated it stretching or something.
Yeah, that's like the groin and the high ankle sprains. They feel like they take forever to come back from. I remember back when Yager had that pulled groin. They're rubbing peanut butter on it to see if anything would work to get him healthy.
Dogs licking it.
That's on the channel down. Just go to the hub, but they'll find that apparently.
Yeah, P. Diddy and LeBron James, and whatever's going on there. Real quick, but I don't want to switch subjects here. I want to stay on the Steelers the whole hour. But are the WNBA playoffs still going on?
No idea.
Right? I watched Caitlin Clark's 2 games, and I was out. Check me out.
The ratings have dropped precipitously.
Yeah. I noticed that they're definitely under 1 million viewers since she dropped out. So, all right. So back to the injury report. It looks like Ogunjobi's going to be in, Hayward, Benton. So that defensive line's going to be healthy at least. Now, the Cowboys, what the heck? They don't even I know they have Ezekiel Elliott, but they don't have a running game at all.
No, they're I believe dead last in the NFL.
They have to be. I looked up their stats, and their leading rusher has 130 yards for the season.
Yeah, it is not pretty at all for the Dallas Cowboys this year. Normally, 75.3 yards per game is what they average. Dead last in the NFL.
That's good for us because that's where we're weak, I feel.
Yeah.
They'll probably have 200 yards tonight.
They probably will, but I kind of want I want them to force. I want the Steelers to force the Cowboys to be a rushing team. I don't take the ball out of Dak's hand, neutralize CeeDee Lamb. They have nothing after CeeDee Lamb, so you know who they're going to go to. So, I just match him up with Porter or Dante Jackson, whatever side he's on. You roll a safety over. Then our number 2 corner, who's really a number 1 corner, can cover their number 2 receiver who sucks because Brandon Cook's out.
Yeah, I was going to say Brandon Cooks is their number 2, and he's out. So that's we have their third best offensive option out and their best defensive player out. So I mean, this is at home, prime time at night. They They can't lose.
No, and their tight end room, which always scares me because, for 43 freaking years of me watching football, we can never cover a tight end. Jake
Right.
Ferguson and Luke Schoonmaker are their top two tight ends. That
Uh-oh.
does not exactly.
Mike disappeared.
That does not.
We hear him.
Yeah, I'm into the void with me and Derpy. Help me, but no, like
You look like a Pink Floyd fan right now.
I'm on the wall.
Yeah, another brick in the wall. Continue on, sorry.
But no, I would just I don't trust their tight end room at all. So you neutralize CeeDee Lamb, their run game's non-existent. This should be an easy win for us because their defense is banged up as well.
Can we score over 27? Or is that like our ceiling?
If we get Davante Adams, we will score 27 points a game.
Is that what you want? You want Davante Adams?
Not that I want him, but we need a number 2 receiver. And
right.
I have no idea what's going on with Roman Wilson.
Yeah, is he playing today or what? Because he's not on any injury report.
No, we elevated another receiver off the practice squad. So I don't know why. I literally do not know why Roman Wilson's not playing.
I need to call him.
Or
somebody get his mother on the phone with me. I need to talk to her.
Right? Or is he a part of that aggressive package that they're willing to send to the Raiders? Where, they lose a receiver, we send them a receiver and draft picks and to keep him healthy until there's a trade. If he's holding out this week, that's being just reading like what's out there. Like, there's an aggressive package. Davante Adams should be able to play today, but they're going to hold him out. Now Roman Wilson's not playing, potentially. Is there something there? Because that was my first thought, is use him as
he was supposed to take over as the number 2 by like week 8. And without him playing, that's not going to happen this season.
No. So because he's healthy, he's practicing. Yeah, those high ankle sprains, they do take forever to come back from. I mean, look at Kendrell Bell. It ruined his entire career. So are they just being overly safe with him? And I'd be okay with that. You need him for the long haul, not just this season.
All right. Well,
but to answer your question, no, we will not score over 27 points.
So that's our ceiling, is 27.
Yeah, just because of how
if 4 touchdowns is our ceiling, or 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals, or however you want to add it all up. That's our ceiling. Can we hold the Cowboys? I'm going to give you a minute to answer this while I move here real quick. Can we hold the Cowboys at 24 or less than Dak and company?
I think so. I think we can. The New York Giants were able to hold them to 20 points. Baltimore held them to 25. New Orleans Saints held them to 19 points. So we can do it, and especially with no Brandon Cooks, no running game, no other weapons outside of CeeDee Lamb. We should be able to hold them within that 25, 20-point range at most.
I feel like the Cowboys don't do much in the first half. And you know what? Neither do the Steelers. So I feel like this is going to be like the second half of the third quarter and fourth quarter is going to be 90% of the game.
I think so too. Our offense probably, like you said, won't come alive until that second half like it did last week. Unless they say, you know what, Fields, here you go. We're open playbook. Do what you want to do and go out there, and we're going to live and die by you. But this organization, from a philosophy from top down, hey, just limit the mistakes and we'll ride the defense to a victory. It seems to be that's what the Roonies want, and then that's what the coaching staff's doing. They're playing conservative football to eke out wins and just try to be in there at the end of the year to make the playoffs or not.
One of the knocks on Josh Allen is that he takes too many risks. He has a guy open in the flats, and he could probably turn it for a first down, but he sees that guy in one-on-one coverage deep, and he throws it deep. Give me that. Give me the risk.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just check it down and punt and maybe play some defense.
We had a guy here for 15, 16 years who played the ball the same way and won a lot of big games. Won the Super Bowl twice, had us in contention to win a third. If Polamalu
freaking Rashard Mendenhall.
If Polamalu would have been able to cover their tight end,
is that Spider-Man? Are you a Spider-Man?
Say hi. Hi. So he's our third wheel today since Ryan's not here.
Hey, a better third wheel than we normally have.
Better than Derpy. All right, go play.
Beep. All right. So
if he would have walked in with the beep sound to imitate the fire alarm, I would have lost it.
What now? Do we have a board today? I know we switched.
We do have a board today.
Okay. Anybody on the board yet?
We got Steeler Freak on the board. He's had a couple comments pop up. One about my attitude looks good. I'm just talk about Ryan up in his REM sleep snoring. Probably is the case. Maybe he had some beers last night like you're having.
I had some beers last night, and I'm having a beer or two right now because I'm going to put on some baseball.
Oh, God.
I'm going to watch some Major League Baseball and take a nap because that'll put me right to sleep. It's Major League Baseball playoffs. It's exciting, but here's the problem, though, Mike. We live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So the best pitcher in baseball right now is just, I don't know, sitting on his couch.
Yeah, not doing a thing, which is sad. And
right.
I tell you what, the Jackson Merrill fans out there, Paul Skeens catches that ball in the outfield.
Well, Paul Skeens could pitch better than Garrett Cole did last night.
Whew.
He was bad.
Yeah.
The Yankees are lucky to get away with that win.
Yeah, but you know what? Garrett Cole can go home and just take a look at his other World Series ring and be happy.
Well, yeah. Absolutely. Well, switching back to the Steelers, I don't want to get off topic here too much.
Yes, please.
Let's talk about the offensive line because this has been supposedly – I was so excited for this. We had like 7 guys that could play, and now we're down to like 4. We need 5 at least.
Yeah.
Is Seumalo back?
He is back. It's from last I saw, he's been full.
He was limited in practice on Friday. He had full practice on Wednesday, full practice on Thursday, and it's limited on Friday. Now I don't know if that just was just give him some rest, take it easy on him, or if he's still questionable.
I'm assuming he's going to be out there.
It doesn't have him listed as questionable, so I'm guessing he's going to be there too.
Yeah, I think he's going to be there. It's probably just a precaution. He's keep him fresh, ready for the game.
Now, okay, so that solidifies the left side. So left tackle, we have Dan Moore Jr., who I've probably ripped on more than any player outside of maybe T.J. Watt. But Dan Moore Jr., he plays every snap of every game, and he's done an okay job so far this year. Yeah. We get Seumalo back. Zach Frazier, outside of some snap issues hit with him and Fields, he's done a fantastic job. Now, who's playing right guard?
Mason McCormick will be getting to start. I do too. They wanted him to be the guy next year when Daniels has to leave via free agency. So now he gets that extra year. And
then at right tackle we have the Project Jones.
Yeah, the Project Jones experience on the right tackle spot.
What's Jones's problem after the whistle? Why does he attack the other team constantly?
He got that dog in him. He can't. Okay, he's out there like a race car, and these Georgia guys, they can't drive, and he's just recklessly running into anything that he sees. It's the Georgia Bulldog effect, man. They're all a little bit crazy. I like that he sticks up for his teammates, but you gotta be smart in those situations. You're starting to get that reputation, so they're going to see anything that you do. They're gonna flag you. So just calm it down. I love the way he plays fast and aggressive, but come on now, you gotta be up here. Be smart.
I feel like what's the dude that hosts that ridiculousness? The skateboard dude. If you don't know his name, that's fine. I don't either. Rob something.
Rob Dietrich.
Sure. Yeah, I think
whatever.
That's it.
Rob something we'll run with.
I feel like Broderick Jones' post NFL career is going to be like the bodyguard of like the new skateboard guy. I think that's going to be his career. He's just going to walk around with some skateboard dude and just protect them.
But he can't pass block, so he's not going to be that good of a bodyguard.
He could probably backhand Britney Spears if she touches Victor Wembanyama on the back again.
Oh my God! I forgot about that. I'm glad I got someone to protect me, but hey, bro, you're here. I need you about here when it comes to Brittany.
So basically, we've had Siamalu out. Fatano's obviously out.
Yeah.
What was it? Herbig was going to start. So we've got
he was going to start at center.
two. Well, yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. But
Yeah.
so it forces Frazier in. It forces McCormick in, and I like it. We don't really have any depth at this point, but if those five can stay healthy, I think we're going to be all right. At least come the second half of the season when they're gelling and our schedule gets really tough.
Yeah. And just ride this unit out from now until the end of the year. And it's the best we're going to have, best we're going to get right now. And I think there's the potential on this line to be one of the better units by the end of the year, which just happened the past couple of years, but we have turnover and then injury to where, we have to rebuild the line on the fly year after year. Just run with these five and be done with it. I think that's going to be your starting group next year. Fatanu will probably kick into. I want Fatanu at left tackle. I think he's so much more athletic than Broderick Jones. It's just a better pass blocker. Put him there. Let Broderick Jones stay at right, and then you will have a damn good line left to right.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we discussed Roman Wilson. Do you see? And I know you're not a Van Jefferson fan. Pickens is going to do what he's going to do. Freiermuth is going to do what he's going to do. And you know what? To be honest with you, Najee Harris. Every key drive last week, there was 3 plays that happened. There was the Justin Fields quarterback draw. It was a design draw. That was one of the plays, right, for at least a first down. There was a Najee Harris screen pass, right? And there was a George Pickens deep ball. And the only play that was outside of that was the Freiermuth touchdown where he should have been tackled at the 3 and just force his way in. Now, can somebody else step it up? Anybody else? That's our offense.
Yeah.
Run play with our quarterback, a pass here or there for Freiermuth, Pickens, and Harris, and that's it.
Yeah. They need to find ways to get Calvin Austin more involved. They need to find ways to get
Agreed.
Darnell Washington needs to be involved more in the passing game. Right, like Arthur Smith, he came from Tennessee. He ran that 2 tight end set, and those guys got yardage. They had 500 to 700 yards between them. The number 2 receiver had about 800 yards. Like, we need to be able to do that with this offense. But they need more production from.
Just imagine if you can if you can get Van Jefferson some catches, if you can get Austin some catches, if you can get Washington some catches. Now they can't just focus on Pickens, and that should open him up for just a heck of a game.
Yeah, and I don't know why they're not doing it. In the preseason, I liked the way the offense was schemed and the plays were being called. Guys were getting open. Yes, it's the preseason, but the concept of the plays were there. Now we're not seeing it in the regular season. It's frustrating because his Artie Smith's offense, you go back and look at those years in Tennessee, that's why he became a head coach. That's why he was still valued as an offensive play caller. He can run these offenses, but right now we're not. I don't know why. Why we're running a limited playbook. Justin Fields knows every play in this playbook. He's, being here long enough, we should be able to open up everything.
Who's his girlfriend?
I don't
know. They're always showing her sitting with Sierra.
I don't know. I'm going to look her up.
Yeah, look up Fields. My daughter would know who it is. I think it's some young, I don't know if she's a rapper or R&B girl.
And his rumored girlfriend, Instagram model Gianna Carmona.
Well, that's not who's there.
Oh.
I heard that girl, she dates every NFL player. She's like, she's like the Kylie Jenner or the Kendall Jenner of the NFL. Kendall dated every NBA guy.
Yeah. So that's all I found.
Well, what now? Is there anything on the board? I hate this, and I can't see the board.
No, we had from Twitch. We had a comment asking if T.J. Watt can win Defensive Player of the Year again.
That was really a question.
Yeah, because they know your
Can
love
I
of
answer
TJ.
that question?
They know your love. People don't know your love of TJ Watt. So yeah, spread the love.
TJ Watt. First off, Defensive Player of the Year. It's the dumbest award I've ever heard of because it has nothing to do with the best defensive player. It has to do with like who gets some sacks. And let me ask you this: the all-time sack. What is it? 22 and a half.
22 and a half. It's what he
22
has.
and a half. If I played the game, just me, 6 foot, 220 pounds. If I played the game to get a sack every play, I would minimally get 2 a game myself. I have no idea how TJ Watt doesn't get 34 sacks or better. No idea.
He's held every play.
He is, but
he's held
yeah.
134 pass rushes and only one holding call called on him.
Really, that's the stat.
That's the stat, somewhere in that range. Yeah, but it was only one flag thrown for holding. And this year he's back to playing the run.
If he was a Kansas City Chief, would he get that call?
Probably not. No. I don't buy into that narrative that they get all the
Here's
calls.
what I like. I like TJ Watt in this game because the Cowboys don't have a good run off it. Now, last week I told everybody, I said they're going to score 30. They're going to run the ball down our throats. We're not going to be able to stop them. TJ Watt's going to be invisible. This game, however, it's the opposite of last week, where Dak's going to drop back 45, 50 times. I like Watt, Herbig to get, 4 sacks. Or at least almost sacks.
Yeah, and their offensive line is young, like very young, outside of their guard. Oh my God, his name's Zach Martin. Yeah, outside of Zach Martin, this is a very, very young unit, and the front seven should be able to feast. Like Ogunjobi, Cam, Keanu Benton should be having huge impacts to free up these linebackers.
Yeah. So to answer the question on the board, I think TJ Watt's going to get 2 sacks tonight. And here's the thing. When everybody thinks of Mike Tomlin, they get to see him on these primetime games, Monday nights, Sunday nights, and this is when he does very well. Same with TJ Watt. So whenever it comes time to vote, that's in their head. It wasn't the 1:00 game that they didn't see or maybe saw a highlight. They got to watch the whole game this Sunday night, and I think TJ Watt's going to have a lot of pressures, and he's going to have a couple sacks. So I think that'll go a long way with the voting as well.
Yeah, and if he keeps playing the run the way he has been this year, he should definitely be up in consideration again because we haven't seen him play this complete of a type of game where he was dropping back in coverage earlier in the season. He's playing the run a whole hell of a lot better. Outside of last week, he was playing well those first 3 games. We're seeing a more complete TJ Watt going back to his, Defensive Player of the Year award season. He hasn't played like this the past 2 years. This is someone who's changed his focus being a complete player instead of just a sack merchant, and it's helping the team because how many times would he run out of plays and leave a wide open run lane?
Now, here's my question. I have 2 players.
Yeah.
Mike, I'd like you to answer this. 2 players. Will they make an impact today positively for the Steelers defense? Minkah Fitzpatrick and Patrick Queen. Those 2 guys need to step it up.
Oh, big time. Definitely Patrick Queen. He looks lost out there. Like he's hesitant to engage blockers, hesitant to break down and make the tackle. I don't know what's going on with him. And this guy looks completely lost out there. Minkah needs to do something. The fans and the media were screaming, "Oh, you have to pay this guy. You have to pay this guy." And ever since he's been paid, the production hasn't been there. Now, that's not solely just because he got paid. Minkah's going out there. He's trying every play. He's not one of those guys who gets the money and I'm going to sleepwalk my career. It's not through lack of effort, but he's got to get around the ball more. You have 2 corners that are lockdown corners. You have Deshaun Elliott next to you, who's a stabilizing force. Your buddy Edmonds is back, another stabilizing force. You need to go out there and make plays. Don't be afraid to freelance and make a play. You're one of the best safeties in the league. Act like it, man.
Now,
but I don't think they are. I think Minkah's just still so shocked from the bad cornerback play we've had. during his time here, he's afraid to get beat over the top, and Patrick Willis
Yeah.
is lost. He's lost.
Yeah. Well, they need to figure it out quick because
They
we
have
need
to.
both those guys to be impact
Yeah.
players.
And that's a lot of money spent between those two. A lot
Right.
of money.
Right. Now, I'm looking here at the Cowboys injury report. I've got a question for you, and this could go down like a rabbit hole here, so don't go too dark.
Yeah.
They have 8 players that are on this injury report with unspecified game status. What the heck does that mean? Were they at like a Diddy party? Like, what's this? Like, are they all in trouble? Did they go on a boat or something? And were they at a party and they're kind of in trouble for some extracurricular activities? I don't understand what's going on here. 8 guys.
Yeah. I noticed that as well. And who the hell knows? And a lot of them, they need these guys. They're where did they pull did they go to the strip club like in Varsity Blues? That's what I want to know.
With James
Like,
Harden.
yeah. Yeah.
A 10. I give it a 10.
A 10. And they brought down Odell. They went on a boat cruise too. I've never seen that many amount of unspecified injuries. Do they have like some sort of weird staph infection going around their facility? It's Jerry World. It doesn't exactly look clean and pristine down there. It's just unspecified.
Speaking of which, Heinz Field has rats everywhere, and opposing teams say it stinks so bad.
Oh yeah, that's what we were. Yeah,
or actually, sure. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, well, the visitor locker room smells like urine. Good.
Do they do that on purpose? Do they just like light some cats out and have them spray all over the walls? That's what I would do.
That's part of the home field advantage. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning,
I would totally
Jen.
do that. I would just put in some freaking what are cats that are wild cats? What the heck are they called?
Feral.
Feral, yes. I would put in like 20 feral cats and just let them go all week.
Uh-huh.
And then right before the other team comes, just round them up in some cages and then let them go.
Yeah. You just go down to the Humane Society, grab some, borrow them, bring them back. Let them know it's for a good cause.
Do you have a timer for us? Where are we at on the show?
We're at 32 and a half minutes in.
Oh, okay. So we got plenty of show.
Oh, we got plenty of time. Yeah.
Right. It's so nice whenever we don't have to listen to Ryan yammer on.
Listen.
If he gets on the board, I'm gonna laugh.
Pull a derpy. Just show up on the board. No communication whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know. Ryan. Okay, if you just joined us or you just joined us recently, Ryan Garazunas is load managing today. He's got some fake injury, I guess. Probably a groin issue.
Yeah.
So you're here with Brian and Mike. Brian from One Man's Opinion on Sports, obviously Mike from the Two Dumb Yinzers. So we have one dumb Yinzer and one dumb opinion.
There you go. That's the way to sell the show.
Right. Yeah. Please subscribe to everybody.
That reminds me of Bill Burr's skit. He's like, imagine if Einstein was from the South, trying to pitch E equals MC squares in the Nazi bomb. A equal MC squared, y'all. You wouldn't listen to that. No offense to our Southern listeners, but you would not listen to that.
Here's my question. Thank God the lawnmower is left wherever it was cutting right outside of the walls here. So, and Southern men, please don't take offense to this, but why do Southern men sound not very intelligent? Okay, we'll say that as polite as possible, but the women sound sexy as hell.
You're not wrong.
Right?
Not wrong.
Like the guys are real slow, and then the chicks are like hawk to a chick. It's
just the way the men talk. Because like my buddy lives down south now, and I went to visit him, and even he started to speak slower. I'm like, okay, it must just be a way of life down there type thing. It's a slower paced. Up here in the north, everything's fast paced because where everything is up here. So yeah, I think they just talk slow.
Well, speaking of the South, is Mason Rudolph? Is he starting?
He should be. I would start him. Me too. He was a guy I thought we should have kept. We should have kept him around. I liked every time he was in there. He played well.
He should have started that whole Mitch Trubisky year and that whole Kenny Pickett year. Should have been started. And then, you know what? If it didn't work out, at least you knew what you had. But, I mean, Ben hated him, so really didn't mentor him and move him along. And then that whole – when Ben went down, the whole Myles Garrett helmet bashing, that kind of changed. And then he had the concussion. They had to cut his mask off. It was very, emasculating.
Well, that's if that happened to anyone else, this fan base would have loved him. They would be cheering him and having to come back, be a great story. That's our guy. But because it was the backup to Ben, the town hated him. Yeah. But I always liked Mason. He did have that happy feet after that incident and stuff. But when he came back that COVID year and played, and we should have won that Lions game outside of Deontay Johnson and Freiermuth fumbling the ball, he was moving that offense up and down the field. And he's been the best quarterback to play for this team since Ben has left. He's produced the best. We had the most big plays with him.
Fields is making his case. Give him a few more games, and I think he might overtake Mason. But Rudolph should have been our guy. Should have just went all in, got a veteran backup for him, and we would be in a much better place right now. But honestly, if Justin Fields works out, maybe it all worked out for a reason.
Yeah, if Fields becomes the guy, I'll take it. But I'm about to go down a rabbit hole about Kevin Colbert's last 5 draft classes. How that really set the team back. Taking Najee and Kenny Pickett in the first round, there were so many good players on it. We could have had Trent McDuffie and Joey Porter Jr., 2 lockdown corners right there. But thankfully, we got Dante Jackson later on. But his draft classes, I'm going to go off on a tangent here.
Well, and then Fatano's out for the year, so that really sucks. And then you have Broderick Jones, who is only playing because people are getting hurt.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he started the last few years. He hasn't earned it. So you add those injuries and disappointments. I mean, quarterback, running back, although I do like Harris. I think we need to sign him. I hope they do. And then Jones and Fatano. Who else did we take in the first round? We lost the first rounder because we got Minka.
Yeah. My God. The names are slipping. Terrell Edmonds was the first rounder, but he panned out. Kenny Pickett, Najee, those were bad picks.
Obviously, Watt was 17.
Yeah.
30th overall. It's so funny because that Mitch Trubisky was number 2 overall that draft.
I remember that happening. I'm like, because he came up out of nowhere during the draft process, rose up the boards, and everyone's talking about you need to draft this guy.
Because he looked like Tony Romo, that's why. They look like twins. Maybe Trubisky should go into broadcasting and be Romo's sidekick.
Maybe he should. I just don't think the NFL.
I'm glad he's in Buffalo.
Him. Yeah.
So the Bears.
Devin Bush was the other one. Devin Bush, but he was talked about as being, a surefire top 10 pick.
He had a great rookie year, though.
He did.
And then he had the injuries, and honestly, if he was a speed guy, and he played the game differently after he, I think, lost that extra gear, and he tried to play it safe to prolong his career versus just being an animal. And I mean, his dad called in the Paul Zeiss show and was like, "You don't know his assignment." Dude, if my dad called him, my dad would be like, "My kid sucks. Get him the hell out of there. Trade him."
Calling into the Paul Zeiss show is just bad because that guy is terrible.
Well, I don't think. Here's the thing, and for you guys that are not around the Pittsburgh area, Paul Zeiss has been on 93 The Fan forever. He was in every night. He was in filling in, and then they put him on the 10 o'clock show. He hasn't been in over 2 weeks. I don't know if he got fired or what.
I don't know. I just know every time he's on, I can't listen to him.
I
think I have a bad speech pattern to do what we're doing. This guy's even worse, man.
Yeah. Well, getting back to the Steelers' defense, I'm predicting 4 sacks. Okay. And I'm predicting 2 interceptions. And I feel like we need to get 2 interceptions to stop, because Dak's going to drop back so many times. You can't drop the ball when you should pick it off.
Yeah, Joey Porter, he needs
Clang.
to he's Ike Taylor Jr. out there. Well, they just need to change his name to Taylor Jr. on that jersey. He'll lock you down, but he IT Swagger,
Representing that
baby.
2-4.
Ike Taylor, couldn't catch, can cover. That's Joey Porter Jr. right now. But yeah, they need to get their hands on the ball. I know Dante had a drop in the first game, but ended up getting one later on. Yeah, yeah, we need to win the turnover battle. That we didn't
Yes.
win it last week. It bit us in the ass. So that defense needs to make splash plays, and this would be the perfect game for Minka to get a pick
Yes.
six. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dak only
We
has
need
2
it.
interceptions, as many passing
Yeah.
plays as they have.
Mhm.
He only has 2 interceptions in 4 games, and with how much he drops back, that's like he's passed so much. It's been like 8 games worth of passing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not a big Dak guy because he can't get it done in the playoffs, but in the regular season, like he's just about unstoppable. His numbers are ridiculous. What he's done throughout his career, so we need to take advantage. He very rarely throws turnovers.
Now, can you pull up? Because I want to switch gears here for just a second before we get to the ending of the show. Can you pull up the AFC North games today? The Browns,
Yeah,
the Bengals, and the Ravens.
Yep.
I want to see who they play because the Ravens, I think, are the class of the division. And they started off 0-2, but they've won 2 in a row, and they're starting to look like, in the famous words of Denny Green, who we thought they were.
Great. It was one of the all-time rants. But yeah, they play the Cincinnati Bengals at Cincinnati.
Oh, well, let's go Bengals. Let's get a win, right?
Exactly.
Or they win last week.
I know they. I believe they won. Yeah, they beat.
Yeah, I think they're 1-3. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they need to win to help.
What time is that game?
That is a 1:00 game.
Oh, well, then, okay, so I can watch that. I don't think the MLB playoffs start till 4.
Yeah. And then,
I want to say the Phillies are on a 4, and they're doing the National League games today. So the Phillies are on a 4, and then I believe the Dodgers are on at like 8, 7:30 or 8. Yeah. So I won't be watching that. I'll be watching the Stellas.
Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Brownies travel to Washington. That's also a 1:00 game. And I think Washington wins that game.
I can't stand the Browns. I literally cannot stand the Browns.
I hate them. They're like an arrogant team and an arrogant fan base who hasn't won anything since the AFL NFL merger.
And then their fan base is like, "Oh, we're going to win the division." I'm like, "You guys don't even finish like 3rd."
Yeah, like
they were lucky that the Bengals had all kinds of issues last year.
Yeah, the Houston Oilers have won the division more recently than the Cleveland Browns.
Was Warren Moon still the quarterback then? I'd have to look that up. Warren Moon was one of my favorite players to watch because my dad used to take me down to games, and it always seemed like we played the Oilers, right? And, all I heard, because I'm 47, I'm a little bit older than you, all I heard was the 70s, we had 4 Super Bowls, we're the Steel Curtain, and then I'd go down and I'd watch, like, Mark Malone and Bubby Brister play. So I was like, wow, this Warren Moon guy could sling the ball, you know?
Yeah, I loved watching Warren Moon play. And, he was a different type of quarterback, too. He wasn't afraid to run. He could wing that ball around the field. He was fun to watch. But, yeah, Browns fans, you haven't won the division since, in a long-ass time, acting like you're going to win. Come on, get out of here. But, no, I think Washington is going to handle that game. It's going to be the best defense Jaden Daniels has faced, but the way he's
what time is that game? Is that a 1 as well?
That's also a 1:00 game as well.
I hope we get the Bengals and the Ravens game. I don't want to watch. Too. I mean, I want to watch Cleveland lose, but I really, I'd rather watch Baltimore and Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's the better game out of those two.
Now, do you happen to have the over/under pulled up and who's favored? I would assume the Steelers are favored by under 3.
Steelers are favored 2.5.
Yep.
Yeah. So
so basically, it's a pick 'em. They get the home court advantage.
Okay. Baltimore's only a 2.5 favorite as well, but that's on the road.
So. Yeah. So if they were at home, that'd be a whole swing.
Yeah.
They'd be close to a touchdown favored.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the over under for the Steelers?
43.5.
Let me do some math here.
Yeah, I think on
22 to 21 is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Or 23 to 21, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, 23-20. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying 27 is huge. If we can get to 27 points, I think we win. I don't think we're going to have the Steelers' defense that we had the first 3 weeks where they gave up no second half points.
Yeah, I can see Dallas putting up points in the second half. They're just, Dak and CD, they're going to find a way to beat whatever coverage Steelers throw at them. They're just too good, and that's okay. If they score some points, Dallas says, I think their defense, we should be able to move the ball on them. They're without a lot of players, and their number one corner, Diggs, he's questionable. He's a game time decision. So he's one of those unspecified guys. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
He didn't practice. Well, they don't even have anything for Wednesday. He had limited practice Thursday, and then he did not practice Friday. And I know the Steelers, if you don't practice Friday, you don't play. So I'm just assuming that Diggs is going to be out.
That's huge. They're without a lot of their top corners. Yeah.
And even if he is playing, he's got a bad ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, you make one cut.
Mm-hmm. I don't care how well you're shot up. That ankle goes, man. You're going to be – it's going to be a tough sled out there.
Well,
and Dallas's defense, real quick, man, they're 27th in scoring defense, giving up 26 points a game. Yeah, it's a little skewed from that Saints game, but their defense has not been stout. Then you add all these injuries on top of it.
Their defense has been bad in the first half, and we've been real sluggish in the first half. So I'm hoping that this is the first time. Is Spider-Man attacking you?
Spider-Man is attacking me. Spider-Man is not liking my hot takes right now. Go play. Go play.
We'll have to do Are You Smarter Than a 5-Year-Old with Derpy. Remember he lost that?
Yeah. Well, he's going up against a 5 or 6-year-old with autism. I hope Derpy would win. I'm not trying to downplay my own kid here, but I have a little bit high hopes for Derpy in this matchup.
Well, we all do. Derpy.
Yeah, but
first off, he lives in Ohio, so that's got to really just be that just stinks. Aren't you in Ohio too?
I live in Ohio, but I was born in McKeesport.
McKeesport?
Yeah, I was born there.
Okay. Okay, let me ask you this real quick. Did you go to Cornell Elementary?
No, I lived in McKeesport for a day. I just happened to be born there. My parents were living in Ohio. They're like, you're not being born here. They drove into McKeesport, where everyone else in my family was born.
Oh, I thought you okay. No, my uncle was a teacher there in elementary school. I went to college to be a teacher, and I did my field work at McKeesport Elementary. Yeah. So wait, where are you at in Ohio?
Small little town on the border.
No name.
East Liverpool.
Isn't that where the train wrecked?
No, that was East Palestine. Different town.
Oh, I know where East Liverpool is. So what? So
pottery. We were the pottery capital of the world at one point in history.
What does that mean?
We reproduced the most pottery in the world. Pottery.
Vases, you guys have like a sign that says it somewhere, like when you enter the town?
We did. We used to, yeah. Yeah, Lou Holtz's hometown, but F that guy.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm from South Park, not the cartoon show. Somewhere else.
Not the cool part. No.
All right. Well, how much time do we have left here? Because I want to get into.
We got about 10 minutes.
Oh, we still have plenty of time. So I was thinking we had about 5. All right. So 10 minutes. Yeah. We've talked about the offense. We've talked about the defense. We've talked about Ryan not showing up for the show today. So we're going to look into that. It might have been bad tacos. It could have been, who knows what it is. He's pulling a Derpy. Took it out of the old Derpy 101 book. So the game's Sunday night. You guys will have a show tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Yes.
Good. 11 a.m. sharp. The Two Dumb Yinzers. Make sure you check out that. Reviewing the entire game. Hopefully it's a positive show, and hopefully the Steelers are 4-1 at that point. Like Mike said, they are a 2.5-point favorite at home, and I I can't see them losing this game. This is not a game that Mike Tomlin loses.
No.
You know, you're on the road versus some crap team on Sunday afternoon at 1, you lose it. But at home, the America's team versus the actual America's team, Mike Tomlin's going to have these guys fired up and ready to go.
Oh, yeah. And this game, like you said earlier, it screams a TJ Watt game. It also screams a Cam Hayward game. Nationally televised, all eyes on Cam. My man's going to go out there and be a tour de force, and then this is all anyone's going to talk about all season long is how well he played because of this one game right here. And I hope him and Watt and Tom will go out there and just tear it the F up because, we need that after that bad loss up in Indy. We should be sitting at 4-0 right now, but if we come out of this game 4-1, I will take it. And this offense, this has to be a game they step up because that defense is depleted on the other side.
Yeah, Cam Hayward, he didn't practice on Wednesday or Thursday just for rest because old man syndrome or whatever you want to call it.
It was like the old Tim Duncan report: out, old.
Ryan Garazunas out, old. Ryan. Here's the thing: I get to see Ryan on Wednesday on my radio show, so pretty much the whole show I'm going to bust his balls.
Oh God, I'm going to do that all day Monday too.
Here's the sad part: I have a Pittsburgh Pirates guy coming on to talk about the Pirates for half an hour. We're going to review that whole thing. So this guy will probably be very positive. He's a huge fan. He's very knowledgeable. But me, I'm just going to bash the owner and everything the manager did, the general manager. So I'm going to be negative Nancy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like outside of drafting Skeens and getting Joey Bart, what has Sherrington done?
Well, messed everything up.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what could we ever say positive about Ben Sherrington? There's nothing to say. So
here's the thing, though.
Like, we're going to tune in to see what this guy says.
He'll be positive. He was positive about what was that? Michael A. Taylor. He was super positive about him, how great he was.
On paper, it sounded like a good signing, but
yeah, it was terrible. He had his worst year ever. Like how does that happen? Well, pitching in the playoffs is like Musgrove and Glass now. These guys are pitching, and it's just like Garrett Cole. Who the heck? Charlie Morton, pitched in the World Series, won Game 7. Like, how can they just go somewhere and do well? Is it just, they don't have bad coaches?
It's the organizational approach to pitching and hitting. I know at the time, like Charlie Morton and Garrett Cole and all those guys were here. I was like, oh, you want to pitch to contact. Instead of letting those guys out there and pitch the way they know how to pitch. No, and then hitting, they have a new philosophy.
Well, that was all the analytics brought in.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna pitch deeper into games. You're gonna throw less pitches. Blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, Garrett Cole can strike out anybody he wants at any time. Why would you change that guy?
No, if you're a ground ball pitcher, for the most part, that's a good philosophy. But Garrett Cole, just let him go out there and strike people out and demoralize that unit.
Yeah, he's going to strike out 9 guys in 9 innings. Why are you having him go to try to strike out 2 and pitch the contact?
Yeah, that's kind of like having our offensive line do a zone blocking scheme instead of just
Didn't Denver win 2 Super Bowls with that?
Yeah, but their line was built for that. Their style of play.
They were all small and athletic, weren't they?
Yeah. Not like these big uglies we have up front.
All right, so Mike, let me. Well, you might as well plug the Two Dumb Yinzers. So why don't you tell everybody about the website real quick?
I don't want to, but I will. The2dumbYinzers.com. Let me get real close right here because Ryan loves it when I talk like this. Yes, check out the2dumbYinzers.com. Over there, we got the merch store. We got all of the links to my social media, Ryan's social media, and we got the blog back up and running over at the2dumbYinzers.com. Check it out. There's one up about why Justin Fields should be the starter from here on out.
All right, check out the Two Dumb Yinzers, 11 a.m., maybe 11:15, whatever time they start tomorrow. They'll be reflecting on the game. I'm probably going to be on the board because I have some work to do, but I'm going to take that hour off to probably watch and chime in on my opinions. Be sure to check me out on Wednesdays. I'm on Beaver County Radio. You can catch me on YouTube or Facebook, One Man's Opinion on Sports. Also, next week we'll be here, hopefully back with Ryan. We'll be here at 11 o'clock, hopefully by 11:15 next Sunday for the next pregame show. And go on to YouTube right now. I'm just about to 10,000 views on YouTube in under 4 weeks. Just started a YouTube channel, so go over to One Man's Opinion on Sports and like and subscribe. I need some subscribers there. Small channels, it's tough to grow, but once I get to 100 subscribers, it should blossom. So, Mike, who do you like tonight? Well, give me your, give me your best guess on who wins and how much.
I think the Steelers' offense comes alive this game. I'm going Pittsburgh 27, the Dallas Cowboys 24. That's what I'm going with.
I have you locked in.
Lock it in, Brian.
I don't know. 27-24. Is it going to be like a nail biter that the Cowboys have the ball with a couple minutes left and we have to stop them?
I can see like Fields goes down. We settle for the ball as well, field goal, and then the defense shuts it down in a nail biter. Maybe T.J. Watt with the sack at the end.
Maybe. Hopefully. Maybe a Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Oh, I would kill for a Minkah Fitzpatrick big play.
Well, I have something way different than Mike. So I'll give my pick here. I have the Steelers winning by 3, 27-24. So totally different than Mike.
Yeah, totally different. Were you like reading off my test results there?
I was cheating. No, I mean, that's why earlier in the show I was asking you, like, can we score 27? Can we hold them to 24? Because in my head, like, that's what I've had this whole week, and I wasn't going to change it just because you went there. So, so Mike and Brian, minus Ryan. Hold on. E equals MC squared. No Southern accent. Yeah, it's locked and loaded. I mean, they don't even have to play the game. The Steelers are going to be 4-1.
Exactly. Just save everyone the time. Let everyone get a good night's sleep to go to work tomorrow morning and listen to the show. Steelers win 27-24. You heard it here first. But,
second.
I think we'll be able to handle this team. I'm looking for
the fact that they don't have a run game. That just bodes well for the Steelers. They could just pin their ears back and just go after Dak. And without them having was it Cook?
Yeah,
Cook?
Yeah, no Cook. That's huge.
Joey Porter Jr. He's probably going to get called for a couple penalties, but I don't care.
I don't care either. And some of those penalties are so ticky tacky on him. They're looking for calls on him now because he has that reputation.
Anything on the board? Because how much more time do we have?
We got like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Nothing on the board.
Nothing on the board. All right.
Nothing on the board.
Fair enough. Well, feel free. You got 2 minutes to put something on the board. We'll read it and give our opinions on it. This was a good show. It was odd without Ryan.
It was. It's very
I'm
odd.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't have anyone yelling at me. I don't know what to do.
It's funny. I'm working on my my aunt's house. So I'm here. I'm staying here tonight, and then my uncle, not her husband, but her sister's husband, he was cutting the grass and then and it like right outside the door, and I'm like, "Geez, of all times to come over and cut the grass."
I've done the show while people were installing solar panels on my house. That was fun.
Now, okay, real quick on the solar panels. I know you get like a deal from the government that helps you pay it off and it's more efficient and blah, blah, blah. Let's say you need a new roof, because I think you have to pass some screening that you don't need a new roof before they'll do it. Now, if they think your roof's going to last 10 more years, they'll do it. What happens? Is it something they can easily remove when you do get a new roof?
Yeah, they're easily removable. The ones that we have are. So I think I like it. I think it's been a sound investment for us. I was able to pay it. We were able to pay it all off completely when we got it. So we have the instant savings. Electric bill went from like $400 during the summer down to like $50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like where my house is situated too. The sun hits it perfectly.
Oh, well, then you're not in Western Pennsylvania because the sun never hits here.
Yeah. I'm on top. I'm on
Ever.
top. I'm on top of the valley. I look down
Now
there. So.
where's your studio?
My studio? I have
Yeah.
multiple studios. I have one at my house. I have one over here when I come out to hang out with Ryan to talk sports. So I recorded 2 different places.
Okay.
Yeah, I record all over.
I don't have any studios. I'm going to get one eventually.
You have to. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah. Jen does have a question.
Hold on. First off, Jen, here's one thing, and I've been wanting to say this for weeks. Whether it's the Two Dumb Yinzers or this show, I think it's hot that a chick listens to sports talk. Like, that is absolutely sexy, Jen. So I hope your husband, boyfriend, whomever, or whatever you've got going on, a girlfriend, whatever you do, I think it's very sexy. I appreciate all of your comments on this show, and I definitely pay attention to your comments on the Two Dumb Yinzers during the week. I just wanted to point that out there. Very sexy.
She has like damn good questions too, damn good observations too.
Well, yeah,
like,
she's smarter than Two Dumb Yinzers.
She's smarter. Everyone's smarter than me. I forget so much stuff. I accept that. But like when I have to get prompted when she asks the questions, like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was deep cuts. But no, I think he will, but I think they shouldn't because I think.
What was the question?
I
can't read it.
Will Joey follow Lamb into the slot if he goes into the slot?
Yes. Absolutely.
I trust him more than Beanie Bishop out of the slot.
Because even CeeDee Lamb, he's one of their leading rushers. Like, they'll hand it off they're going to get him involved one way or another, and they're going to move him around from outside to inside. Some of those jet sweeps that we've seen for the past couple of years.
They never work for us, but they work for every other team.
So yeah, I think Joey Porter Jr. will follow him all over the field for sure.
I would be okay with if he lines up on the opposite side, Dante cover him, but like you said, goes into the slot. I want one of the top 2 guys to cover him in the slot, just because, like you said, he's so dynamic.
Yeah.
Well, we hit the 1 hour mark. We have made it to the end. We survived.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us today. From Mike and myself, we appreciate all of you paying attention. We have how many hours here? We have 7 hours plus until the Steelers game. So hopefully the Bengals beat the Ravens. There's some Major League Baseball on there. Hopefully the Commanders, is that what they are? The Commanders. The Washington football team.
I like that name the best. I like it. The football
They should have just stayed the Washington football team.
It is perfect. I love it.
Hopefully they beat up on the Browns. That's all starting here in about 10 minutes or so.
Yep.
So anything else, Mike, before we get going?
I got nothing. Just thanks for everyone tuning in. Be sure to check us out Mondays. Check out Brian's channel. And yeah, we'll see you on Monday.
All right. I'll be tuning in tomorrow at 11 on the Two Dumb Yinzers, and I look forward to hearing Mike and maybe Ryan's reaction if he's back.
I hope he's there. I'm not doing this solo.
I'll join you.
All right, there we go. Now it's a party. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And Brian said, we'll see you Monday.
All right. Take care, everyone.